Hey there, gorgeous! Happy Drugstore December and a Frugal Friday to you. I hope that you have had a great week. Such a joy to see you. Today I wanted to share the most surprising drugstore makeup finds from 2023. These were products that I had a lot of skepticism about. I went into them with the mindset of, I really don't know, but they ended up really surprising me, and I'm glad I tried them because they are of sound quality. So if that describes you too, then join the club and let's talk about makeup. All right, first product I have to share with you that surprised me was the Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer. This came as a recommendation from a friend of ours on the channel. And what I love about this is that it covers everything. It's one of those products that even when I'm not wearing makeup and I just want something fast and quick that's going to conceal the little veins in my eyelid, perfect for that. Love it. But it does a really good job of extending your eyeshadow time also. Next product I have to share with you is a skincare product, and that is Cameillia Seed Oil. This is used a lot by Japanese geishas, and I did a video this past year talking all about how they've been using this for such a long time, and it's one of the secrets to their skincare routine. And I really love it too. It's amazing not only on your face, but the way that I've really started to use it this past year more than ever is as a cuticle oil. It's amazing, and it's really great if you have dry elbows too. It's another one of those that's multifunctional for all areas of your body. But it sinks in, it's not greasy, it's wonderful stuff. But also, I'm gonna take the residual of that and just go over my skin with it, because yes. And if you're wondering if it affects how your makeup wears, especially if you have oily skin, it really doesn't. It's amazing actually how much it helps your makeup last. I heard this somewhere from someone a while back where if you have oily skin, if you add oil, it has this almost cancellation type effect, and it helps foundation last longer. So if you struggled, try adding an oil to your skin before your foundation. So the eyeshadow palette that really wowed me, that I had zero expectations for, was the CoverGirl Clean Color palette. The one specifically is Shimmering Beige. I'm going to begin with this shade from the palette. This particular palette was the very first one that I picked up to try the quality, to see if it was worth checking out, and I fell in love with it. I mean, look at this. Really easy to work with, great level of pigment, and so I started buying more in 2023, and each time I was blown away. And they have a good range of color stories to choose from, so if you don't like this one, they do have others out there too. Taking this shade from the palette next. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go over the lids also with the same color that I used in the crease. I do like a halo eye here today, so I'll fill in the inner third and the outer third. Okay, now I'm taking that shimmery beige eyeshadow and applying it directly on the middle of the lid. I am applying this wet. These are very reminiscent to me of the e.l.f. bite-sized palettes in color story and quality, but you get a little bit more with these as opposed to the e.l.f. ones, and they are a little bit more money too. Not much, but that would be the closest relative, I would say, in the drugstore. If you like the e.l.f. ones, you would really enjoy these. I didn't have a brow product that really surprised me this past year. If I could pin it to one, I would say the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Pen. I don't know if it was this year or the year previous, but this is one that I used all year long. And to be honest, it's in the shade Caramel, by the way. To be honest with you, I did not like it. When I first used it, I hated it. And I think it was because I didn't understand how to use it. And to me, it was horrible. But then once I picked it up and I tried it again and I started practicing more with it, I can't go back to anything else, really. I love the brow pen design. But yeah, it did sit in my drawer for quite a while before I picked it up. I really loved, and I don't see them. I think I left them on my desk. I'm gonna go get them. I'll be right back. Got them. These lashes from Kiss. They're in the shade Ruffle. And they're ones that I bought over and over. I love them. They're so great. And then while we're on the topic of lashes, before I apply these guys. I switched my lash glue this past year too, and I don't think I've talked about it at all, but this whole past year I've been using this one from Lily Lashes because the Kiss ones started to not work so well for me. My eyes were getting irritated with it, and this one, from what I have researched, has the most clean ingredients of all of them out there, and I haven't had the issues with it, and I find that it holds the lashes on better than the Kiss one did, at least for me. Aren't those gorgeous? I love them, and they look really great when you have a light eyeshadow on the lid. They accentuate the eyes beautifully. Love, love, love. Still working on lashes for my lash line. It's just been hard with homeschool to be able to, it's my timer for dinner. It's just been hard to be able to do everything that I used to do, you know, so I'm trying to be patient with myself, and I appreciate your patience, but I'm still working on those lashes. I'm hoping that I will get them done in early 2024. That's the goal. Well, shoot. I forgot to mention this product, and it's too late to apply it now, but I'll mention it real quickly here. Another product that really surprised me that I feel like is one of the best hidden gems from this past year is this one from Revolution Beauty. This, I don't even know what this is called. It's just an eyeliner. It's like a cake eyeliner, and I'm going to insert the footage here from this past year when I first used it. This has been awesome stuff. You have to add water to it. I tried adding setting spray to it the first time I used it. That fell flat, but the second that I used water, instant pigment. And what I loved about this is not only was it really easy to apply, super pigmented, look at this, but it lasted all day. There was no movement, no flaking, especially on the inner corner. Everything stayed put. And I looked at this one when I first got it and I thought, oh, well, don't judge it. It's really, really good. It probably wouldn't have gone that well with the look that I'm wearing here today, but if you're looking for an excellent black eyeliner that will not dry out on you because it's just activated with water, you would love this, and it's super inexpensive too. I want to say it was around possibly $4 in Walmart stores. Okay, let's close this little sucker up. Oh, that's the other thing. If you leave the lid off, no problem, no problem. Who's done that? Who's left the lid off of gel eyeliner before and then came back and found it dried out? I know. You've never done that. It's just a hazard of my job, you know? All right, so another product, actually two. Let's talk about these two. All right, get it organized here. I promise I'm organized. I don't feel it most days, but I am. e.l.f.'s Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener. This was awesome, and I'm not sure what shade it was, but awesome stuff. The other one that was recommended by someone here on the channel was the Revolution Eye Bright Illuminating Under Eye Concealer. From what I recall, she had originally recommended it as a contour instead of its intended use underneath the eyes, but I accidentally used it underneath my eyes. That's it. That's all I have to tell you. Next product. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so I'm going to apply this one. But don't wear this one alone. You do have to apply something over the top of it. It acts more like a color corrector to get rid of the dark circles underneath your eye. And I usually get them right in here in the inner corner, so I'll apply it there. Isn't that amazing? Aha! Love! I know I'm not drunk. I got the joy of the Lord. The joy of the Lord. I speak the joy of the Lord into you right now. Yes! In the name of Jesus. Okay, and the other side, we'll use the Revolution Eye Bright, just so you can see this. Now, I accidentally bought the shade Medium, specifically because I wanted to try it out as contour, not knowing that it wouldn't even be... I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't. I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to buy contour shade. I'm just going to get the shade Medium. But in my defense, I don't think they had swatches online. Maybe I'm wrong. But I really liked it on the under eye area, despite the fact that it's medium and it's not the shade that I would have chosen for my under eye area. It looks great. Out of all the foundations that I tested from the drugstore, I was most impressed with this one from Revlon. This is the Illuminance foundation. Shade that I am using is 109. That's all I see on here. But this is awesome. It has squalane and hyaluronic acid in the formula. Very moisturizing to the skin, but it lasts all day. It's another one of those that I do not need to apply a primer with, which is completely amazing. I believe the coverage is medium. I typically don't use a lot of it. I know this looks like a lot, but this is one tiny drop that I just spread all over my face, and it does a great job of concealing things that I want to conceal. And yeah, it's one of those that's not fully matte either. It still has a dewy quality to it. So if you're looking for something that looks very skin-like and will add radiance, this is a really good one. Earlier in 2023, I was looking for a waterproof pressed powder. I wanted to see if there was anything like that, and I believe I did a swim test with this one. And not only is this great for heat and humidity, let me just talk about it, okay? The Moira pressed powder. This is soft focus waterproof setting powder in the shade 100. Let me tell you, this stuff, this stuff can take on anything. And it does, like it says, have a soft blur finish to it. You really don't need much of it. I mean, a little bit goes a long way. I can dip my brush into the powder once and use it for the full face. And like I said, it's waterproof. You can swim in it. It's not going anywhere. It's not a traditional drugstore powder. You couldn't walk into Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, those type of places to buy it. You do have to find it on Amazon, but it's worth it. And it's not that expensive. It's on the drugstore scale in terms of pricing. At least I think it is, unless they raise their price like everybody else. I promise you, I went back the other day. What was it? Oh, waterproof mattress covers, right? I purchased one back, oh goodness, I want to say 6 months ago. It was $25 when I purchased it. I had to go back and look at this because I had to buy another one recently when we got Ace, his big boy bed. $25 6 months ago, right? Now, the same one, $50. You're being lied to. Woo! But let's just, yeah, okay. Joa Airlight Soft Powder Blush. This is in the shade Pink Dahlia. This was another one that was so gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And with Joa, it can be a hit and a miss. Sometimes you get really amazing makeup. Other times it's like, it didn't used to be like that, but at least that's been my opinion of it. But look at this. I didn't take much of it, and I got the most beautiful color, and it looks really vibrant in the pan. And I mean, you can see it's pretty vibrant on the skin too, but it more or less molds to your complexion after you've been wearing it. And it's almost like one of those mood stones. You know how they change colors based on your body temperature? It's kind of like what this one does. It's vibrant, but it tones down a little bit after you've been wearing it. It looks intimidating in the pan. When I first got it, it was, whoa. But it looks like a soft flush of color, like you've been out in the snow. It's that type of pink on the cheeks. It's utterly beautiful. The other surprising find for me this past year was the AOA Studio Fly With Me Lip Crayon in the shade Thunder. I love the formula of these. You can get these on shopmissa.com if you're not familiar with what these are. And I believe this is $1.55. Excellent formula. Shop Miss A is another one. You don't know what you're going to get. Sometimes you get something really amazing. Sometimes you get a really bad product. But for the most part, their makeup is pretty good. Now the color is a little too light for me, so I've had to combine it up with a lip liner. I really love the Blvd Barely There lip liner with it. I want to go back and get more of these colors because the formula, that's what sold me on these. I mean, look at this. Smooth, creamy, great color payoff, and it's It feels moisturizing on the lips, so highly impressed with these. If you're interested in anything I discussed here today, I'll have everything listed for you below. Let me know which makeup product from the drugstore really surprised you. Did you have any preconceived notions? It's okay if you did, because I had them all over the place with most of the ones that I shared here with you today. But I'm really glad that I tried them and found out how excellent quality they were. And if you've tried any of these, feel free to share your experiences with them as well. I'm wishing you a beautifully blessed weekend ahead. I speak love, peace, and joy into you and into your home, and look forward to seeing you again next week.